We've got a viewer question on today's episode of The Time Blueprint. It's from Barry, and Barry says, I have a life insurance policy through my job. It's a term policy that's good for another 12 years, and I also have a whole life policy that I bought several years ago. Do I really need all of this insurance, or should I cancel it? We're going to ask Frank, financial advisor, coming up on today's episode. All right, Frank, so Barry's got this question about life insurance. Do I have too much of it?
Right.
How do you answer a question like this from somebody?
Well, life insurance is definitely the most controversial product that I answer questions on.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I actually like life insurance, and I think there's some components to life insurance people don't realize. I'm a big tax guy. That's where we came up with time, taxes, income, money, and estate planning. Ed Slotmaster, Elite IRA advisor. All we do is talks about taxes. That entire group is actually pro-life insurance, and the reason for that is it's tax-free.
Okay.
So I think when people think about life insurance, they're thinking about, maybe in your situation, Barry, my house is going to be paid for, my kids are out of college, we've saved enough money, so I don't really need this life insurance, right? One, I would be reluctant to tell anybody to cancel their life insurance after they've paid into it for so long, because the second I tell somebody to cancel their life insurance, they're going to get hit by that proverbial bus, right?
Gotcha.
And then that's going to be my fault. So life insurance is a wonderful way to transfer wealth to the family.
Okay.
And I hear so many people say, well, my kids are doing fine. They don't need my money. What I've usually recognized in my career is that folks will always have some money left over. So the children are going to get what's left over in the IRA, what's left over in the bank accounts, whatever those funds are, correct?
Okay.
Well, what's the difference between leaving them that there's a big difference. Why wouldn't you want to rather leave them tax-free life insurance that you've paid in this amount of money for this big of a benefit, right? So you've leveraged that money sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5, 10x, so the family's automatically just going to receive more money, right? By doing nothing more than keeping the life insurance policy. So you're strengthening the family, you're leaving a better gift, and you're eliminating taxes, right? Also, the newer life insurance, well, I shouldn't say new, but in the last decade, it's become quite popular, where the life insurance that we offer also protects you from health situations. So in-home health, assisted living, or long-term care. So there's a lot of benefits to life insurance.
You might have gotten the life policy for a certain purpose when you were working the more traditional purposes,
right?
But just because those purposes have now ended doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have a reason to keep it, because you could reallocate its purpose, its function in your plan.
And I like this setup where he's actually got a term policy, where Barry has a term policy and a whole life policy, because when that term policy expires, it's going to expire when he retires, right?
Yeah.
But at that point, typically everything's paid for.
Well, there you go. Great question, Barry. Obviously, if you want to get really specific guidance and advice, come in, meet with Frank, go through the whole planning process, and you can really dial into the best choices and can these things truly find a new purpose for your life stage. But it's a great question that kind of gets that conversation going. So if anybody has a question like this and you want to meet with Frank and talk a little bit more about your financial life, where are you right now? What's it going to take to get you where you need to be in retirement and beyond? Pick up the phone, give Frank a call. We've got the number on the screen and in the description of today's show. And you can also go to oliverassetmanagement.com, access show resources and more. All of it's in the description of today's episode. Don't forget to throw us a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and that way you never miss an episode and you help the channel reach more viewers and faces if you're watching us on YouTube. And if you're listening to the show, don't forget to follow us on your favorite podcasting app as well. Frank, thanks for the help.
Thank you, Walter.
All right, we'll see everybody next time on The Time Blueprint.
Thank you.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Oliver Asset Management and Creative One Wealth are unaffiliated entities. Licensed insurance professional. This information is for educational purposes only and should not be construed as advice or a recommendation for your specific circumstances. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. Insurance product guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing company. We are not affiliated with any government agency and do not provide tax or legal advice.
Life insurance loans and distributions will reduce policy death benefits and cash values and may cause the policy to lapse or require additional premium payments. Death benefits are generally tax-free to a properly named beneficiary. Life insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing company.